Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents the Boom Boom Room, and of course, I am the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right, Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, talk about Richmond, Virginia. Well, kids, the marathon continues, and this time up on the chop block is Ring of Honor. So down here in the comment sections, I want you to tell me what you thought about Wednesday night show. Do you give it a win? Do you give it a loss? Or do you give it a tie? And let me know why. So down here in the comment section, I'm going to say, please let me know what you thought. And well, guys, looking at it personally, I'm going to give it you know what? I'm just going to give it a win. I was thinking about giving it a weak win or maybe a strong tie, but you know, when I think about it, I think it was a good show overall, despite some reservations that I have. And some of you were like, well, Boom Boom, what reservations do you have if you said it was a good show? Well, here's the part. Well, it's not really a problem, but here's the thing. Ring of Honor is in the middle of a golden opportunity right now, and I understand things are different with that company. They have to run shows smart. They have to, you know, do things in advance. They have to get all this stuff in the can, and they've got to meet contractual obligations and all that. I understand that, but the reason I think they're making a mistake is they got this deal with Destination America, and that's going to put them in roughly, give or take a few here, my math is probably a little fuzzy here, but roughly 300,000 more homes with the Destination America deal. You know, they're already in television markets in the United States. And this is a fact, there's roughly 212 television markets in the United States, but they're only on Sinclair stations. Not all 212 television markets in the U.S. have a Sinclair station. And the ones that do have Sinclair stations, those are typically like Fox affiliates, CW affiliates, so on and so forth. Not exactly like the cream of the crop. It's not like an ABC or an NBC affiliate, you know, airing Ring of Honor. And it's usually, I know here in Richmond, it airs on the Fox affiliate at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday. So, I mean, that kind of gives you the idea. But with this Destination America, it airs in the middle of the week. It airs at a decent hour. I think it airs at 8 o'clock Eastern here. And plus, the Destination America gets it into critical markets. It gets it into New York. It gets Ring of Honor into Chicago. It gets them into those major TV markets, which I think is a blessing. Now, I know that they probably didn't. I know they were still working on this deal when they filmed all these shows. And in fact, the shows that they aired tonight aired at War of the Worlds, which was shot in Philadelphia back in May. You know, before this even took place. And I'm kind of glad they put it up there because, I mean, they spent time, they spent money to have that. You know, it needs to hit air, but also at the same time, you just got a national television deal. You've got Destination America. I really feel like Ring of Honor should take advantage of that. I mean, they just came off Best in the World. I mean, a lot of people like Best in the World. I mean, hell, the main event was phenomenal. I'm going to say that the match between Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal was definitely a highlight of the year, and I really feel like they need to capitalize on that success. They've got new eyeballs on the product, and I feel like if you could really hype up Best in the World, maybe show a few highlights, maybe encourage a few you know, replay buys to kind of get some viewers to see what this Ring of Honor is all about, and then I think you can continue to capitalize on that momentum. I think that's the way they should go, but I'm not knocking them for not doing that because, you know, hell, I mean, I want to see Ring of Honor versus New Japan, but I wanted to see that back when it aired, when they shot it back in May. To me, it's like, you know, Dad Coco always says, like, you know, the pizza's late to the Super Bowl. You know, I want a fresh hot pizza, but I want it, you know, just before kickoff. And me and all my buddies there sitting around the table. You know, we got the big screen, got the, you know, the Super Bowl ready to go. You know, when the Super Bowl is over with, and then the pizza delivery guy shows up with the, you know, that could be the best hot, delicious pizza in the world, but it's late, you know, and it's just the timing's off. But with that being said, no, this was actually a really good show. I would recommend you check it out, especially if you're a first-time Ring of Honor fan. And if you're not a big Ring of Honor fan, I don't know why. I would say give it a chance. You know, I know it's kind of, you know, kind of scary because you don't know what's going on. You don't know any of the characters. But, I mean, it's just like anything else. Sometimes you just got to jump in and hang on. That I think that's the best thing you can do, and give it a chance. You know, the show this past week was actually quite wonderful. We started out, and this was the New Japan Ring of Honor co-promoted show in Philadelphia back in May. Opening was they did promote it as highlights. The first one was the Addiction versus Okada and Ghetto, or Ghetto, excuse me. I forgot the Japanese pronunciation. I mean, this was a good match. I mean, the Addiction was really hamming it up, trying to get over his heels. Okada, I mean, the crowd fucking loved Okada. And hey, even Ghetto got some love too. So, and I love that. That's one thing I love about Ring of Honor. Very good fans, very respectful. You know, a lot of other promotions, you know, it would just be Okada and Gato's just there just to fucking be there to fill out the fourth spot. No, man, Ghetto got some love, man, and I don't blame him. They did some good slaps. I like the spot with the German super kick German suplex over the head. Just the constant disrespect. But eventually, the Addiction got the pinfall. They hit Celebrity Rehab on Ghetto. He took the pin. Afterwards, Okada drop kicked Kazarian from behind, and then hit Daniels with the Rainmaker. Crowd absolutely loved it. The Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions of the World. That's what they want to be called. So I will respect that. They looked absolutely great in there. Okada didn't take the fall. Ghetto, God bless him, man. Unfortunately, that's what Gato's there for now. The Gato's just there. It's like, yeah, but we can't have our tag team champions lose on our own TV, but we don't want to pin probably one of the hottest superstars in professional wrestling in the fucking world. And Gato's like, that. Don't worry, bro. I totally got this. I'll take the fucking pin. I don't give a shit. But no, great match. I mean, it was great tag team work. We saw a lot of good double team action. The Addiction, I mean, just completely shitting on the crowd, getting them pissed off. Okada, Ghetto playing to the crowd. It's worth a watch. So I'd say check that out. Next we had, this is from night 2. They joined it in progress. It was Adam Page of the Decade versus Watanabe. This match was pretty good, and I think what made it work is what made it didn't work. And let me explain what I mean by that. The reason why it works is because these two guys are dead even. These guys, I mean, you talk about a comparable matchup. These two were it. Adam Page and Watanabe, these guys are in the same position in their respective companies. They're both relatively new guys. They're trying to forge their path in their respective companies. They're trying to make their way. They're trying to let the fans to get to know them, develop a fan base, you know, let them see their body of work. But that's also what worked against it, because it's like, well, we really don't know these two guys all that well, so why should we care about this match? Adam Page, you know, starting out with a Decade, Watanabe, starting out with New Japan. The two had I'd say it was just a kind of a decent, it was more of a ground-based game, some suplexes. The ending comes when, off a slight distraction, Colby Carino, that's the Decade's young boy, kicked Watanabe in the face as soon as Adam Page flung him to the ropes. This allowed Adam Page to set him up for the rite of passage, which is a pretty cool finishing maneuver. It's a reverse pile driver, and some of you are like, what? I will try to explain it the best I can. Imagine setting somebody up for the Alabama Slam, where you just, you know, you pick them up, you got your opponent's legs over your shoulders. Well, you hook his legs, and then you just drop straight down like a pile driver, but he's on your back instead of on your front. So it's kind of like a reverse tombstone pile driver. It looks pretty fucking cool. Got the pin, got the win. Not a bad, you know, I think the match started out kind of slow, but it really picked up later on. The Dirty Heels there. No, I'm talking about Rude and Aries. No, the Dirty Heels get the win. Great effort, and I like the idea of the, you know, two up and comer guys trying to go out there and steal the crowd. Way to go. Next, then we had the IWG Take 2. Let's pretend that makes sense. IWGP Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles versus Adam Cole, baby, in a non-title match. Dude, this was fucking awesome. I think this is the third, maybe the fourth time these two have tied it up. I think this is the first time they've tied up since Adam Cole came back from his injury. I mean, he had a bad shoulder, elbow, tricep injury. Supposed to be out for, I think, up to a year, but he came back in 5 months. So, way to go on that recovery. Crowd absolutely loved AJ Styles. Adam Cole kind of knew what position he was in, but he did not. I mean, he didn't. He didn't, yield for a second. He went in there and went balls to the wall. This match went about 20 minutes. This was the main event, and it was. It was kind of old school, ring. My personal favorite is when they try to adhere to the code of honor at the beginning. Adam Cole shook Styles' hand and quickly pulled his hand back and then spit in Styles' hands, and they just went at it. You're talking there was a great spot in there where Adam Cole actually hit the Styles Clash on AJ Styles and damn near beat him with his own maneuver. He also Cole also sold a devastating arm injury. I mean, keeping his arm next to him. I like the wheelbarrow on that Cole did on AJ Styles onto the ring apron. I mean, it was fucking brutal. Whew. Whew. Let's see. AJ, he hung back in there and battled back, hit some offense. Eventually landed his Pele kick. Set him up for let's see. I think it was 2 pile drivers. Hit him with 2 pile drivers, and then on the third one, he just hit him and modified it into a Styles Clash and got the 1, 2, 3. I think it was great in-ring action. If you're first time Ring of Honor fan, I think it's a good way to introduce fans to it, especially if you also want to look into New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, it's kind of what it's all about. It's a wild atmosphere. I mean, the streamers are flying, and it's just good in-ring action. They tell the story. I think you don't necessarily have to know anything about the competitors to kind of know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, what their motivations are, what's good, what's bad. I think it's a great introductory period, but also I feel like they should be capitalizing off the results of Best in the World. I know that's coming around and they need to air this, but definitely worth checking out. So looking back on it, you know what? Just watch the whole fucking show. It's like an hour. It's like 45 minutes if you take out commercials. And if you go get you a copy online, it'll take out the commercials and you'll be fine. So I'd say go check it out. And if you're not a Ring of Honor fan, I don't know why the hell you're watching this show. But anyways, be sure to check it out. And speaking of that, I've got to complete the marathon now. I've got to get a SmackDown review up. That's right. Boom Boom has watched about 10 hours of wrestling within the past 48 hours, cranking out reviews left and right. Why Dave Coco sits in his swimming pool, sipping pina coladas, got the sunglasses on, getting a tan. At least that's what I assume he's doing, or whatever else they do in Japan. I don't know. Maybe he's sumo fighting. I have no idea. But anyway, we got a lot of stuff coming up here. I got to do a SmackDown review. We're going to try to get a review up on the 4th of July with the Tokyo show. Coco can't go. He had to give away his tickets, unfortunately, because apparently his son's got a TV deal. Imagine that. Me and Dave have been doing this shit for the better part of a decade. Nobody's come calling us, but, Kid Cheese, man, he opens up, one little Play Me channel, gets 50 viewers, and bam, he gets the TV deal. Yeah, that's totally fucking fair. Totally fair. So check us out at KocoSports.com. That's KocoSports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes boxing, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling, taekwondo, kickboxing, judo. If you can get your nose broke doing it, we got you covered there on the site. You can also check out our news and gossip section, which is updated daily, along with our very popular video on demand section. We've got it all there. We've even got the archives to everything that is KocoSports.com. So if you happen to miss any of our reviews, you can check it out there, or you can subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've always got something going on. We usually crank out a show a day, or in my case, 3 to 4 shows per day. Definitely worth checking out. And that's going to do it, Internet Infantry. Okay, apparently my computer is about being stupid now, about to lock up. That's great. So hopefully things will come back around. But in the meantime, you can always check us out. So tell you what, I guess I'll have to stall for time until I can get things to shut down properly because my computer's being retarded. So if I go off the air, just rest assured I will be back on the air doing continuing to do this podcast. So I got a SmackDown review next. So in the meantime, this is Boom Boom from my partner Dave Coco. I am over. Okay, I'm back. Now it's time to wrap up this show. Thank you.